Morning, friends. How are you? Hope you're well and that you've had a good week. Mine has not been bad. It's been, some ups and downs, but that's fine. The best bit of the news of this week is that Dad got his first COVID vaccination on Monday, so that was really well received and he was okay with it, so that's absolutely fantastic. We're just waiting on Mum and I to get our dates as well, but no, happy that it's a step forward. Hellish that all these folk are just so ill, and all the people are dying and everything. Oh, it's awful. It really is. Your heart breaks for them. So nice positive step forward, but just too many folk are being affected by this, etc. It's just like, oh. So I'm not going to talk about it anymore, because if not, we'll end up all weeping, etc. So not a good idea. I was going to sit in my chair and do this and balance my laptop up there on the windowsill, but I thought if I do that, the laptop's going to fall, so I decided it'd be better and safer down here on the floor. So what have I been reading this week? Well, I finished Simply Irresistible by Shalvis. Really enjoyed it, actually. Maybe a bit too much of the sex scenes, etc. Not that they were totally graphic, but there's just too much, like, kind of, most chapters had something in it, and I was like, oh, come on. But no, I did enjoy it. I liked the premise of the story. I liked the fact that the sisters were given this inn by their mother in her will, and she wants them to run it together, except the inn is way run down and they need to redo it. There's some intrigue in it as well as to who holds the notes for the inn, etc. So really enjoyed it. Liked the development of the characters, I have to say. The three sisters, it was very well done. And I liked that there was backstory for each of them. So at the end we got a glimpse of the backstory of one of them. The second sister, oh gosh, I can't even remember her name. But the main character is Maddie. I think it's Tara. We got her, sort of a little bit of her backstory, and her story is the next book. Will I be reading the next one? Yes, I will do, actually. I will read the whole of this series, because I do enjoy it. I enjoy the characters. I like the small town. If someone can tell me where to get a second copy, the next book in this series, I'd be most grateful. I tried the dear old online shop that begins with A over here in the UK, and to get the next one was going to cost me 30 quid. So if anyone can find out for me where I can find the second in this series, which is called, hold on to tell you, The Sweetest Thing, for a very reasonable price, please let me know down in the comments, because I want to read it, but I'm not prepared to spend 30 quid on it. So yes, but no, I did enjoy it, and I was happy I read it. Then I finished, I know ahead of schedule, and Amanda Reads, I'm sorry, I just needed to know what happened. Night Road by Kristin Hannay. I'm not going to say much about this, because Amanda and I are going to do a live show about it. But oh my gosh, this does not pull any punches. It's hard hitting, and on quite a number of occasions this had me in tears. It is, it's one of these books that just sucks you in, and you just live basically the moments in this book. It is just like, oh my goodness. So I will inform you, I'll let you know when we're having our live show, and you can hear what we think of it. As a palate cleanser, I needed something slightly less heavy. On my Kindle, I picked up Molly Cooper's Dream Date by Barbara Hannay, which was a NetGalley and Mills and Boon e-arc. It was a novella, and it's the most fun novella I've read in a long time. It's to do with a house swap. Molly wants to come to London. Patrick wants to get out of London. They do a house swap. She ends up in London. He ends up in a little island off Australia. And their story is told via email entries and diary entries and little bits in between. But it was the most sweet, novella I've read. As I say, I've snuggled up on the sofa one afternoon and read it and just absolutely adored it. It was so nice. And then what am I reading this weekend? Well, on my Kindle I started Recipe for Redemption. I'm sorry, I can't remember who wrote it. Again, another E-Arc copy from NetGalley and Mills and Boon. And I have to say at the moment I am enjoying it. To do with another inn. I like stories that have inns in them. Maybe that's why I'm such a big Gilmore Girls fan. But yes, to do with an inn, and main character, her name has escaped me at the moment, is trying to save the inn because her grandmother has lived there most of her life. Her grandmother now has Parkinson's, so she wants her grandmother to see her days out in the Butterfly Inn. But in order to try and save the inn, she has to enter this cookery competition, but unfortunately she can't cook. She burns everything, including water. But luckily for her, a guest has checked in who happens to be a famous chef, and she's managed to inveigle his help. So that's what I'm going to be reading this weekend. I should get it finished this weekend. What else am I going to be doing this weekend? Rugby's on this weekend. We've got rugby this weekend. What else? Oh, I want to write a letter to one of my friends. He's due a letter, so it's time to write one. And then what else am I going to do? Not a lot, I don't think. It's just going to be another gentle weekend. I will have to sort out my TBR for the Winter Respite readathon that is hosted by Seasons of Reading. I need to sort that out because it starts in February. It's for the whole month of February. What I'll do is I'll leave the details for her her blog post down below, so you can go and check it out if you want to take part. But that's it. I've got a loaf of bread at the moment proving. I might do some baking this weekend, I don't know, I'll see how I feel. But at the moment, looking out the window, it's dreich, it's dull, it's raining, wind's howling. It's just not a nice day. It's a day for snuggling up inside and doing nice things. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll edit this video, get it up, and then I might start writing that letter. But that's it for this video. Hope you have a good weekend. Please let me know down below what you plan to be reading, and if you've got any plans for the weekend, what you plan to do. But whatever you do, friends, stay safe, and I'll see you next week. Bye.